We want to thank everybody for coming today. Appreciate you taking the time. My name is Cliff Smith. I'm an organizer with the Coalition for Community Control Over the Police. We're in front of the office of District Attorney George Gascon, specifically to raise the demand for the criminal prosecution of the police officers and sheriff's deputies responsible for the killings of 5 members of our community. We're here with their families today. In each of these cases, there can be no justifiable cause for the use of lethal force, as there was no imminent threat presented to the officers or anybody else in the vicinity. District Attorney Gascon campaigned specifically on the promise that he would hold police officers accountable for their crimes against the community, opposing himself to his predecessor. He's been in office for over 2 years now and has fallen well short of this promise, and we're here to hold him accountable. The 5 families that are here are going to speak for themselves. We're going to go in chronological order. So I'm going to bring up Dr. Alejandro Villalpando. He's going to introduce the family of Cesar Rodriguez, who was killed by the Long Beach police. Then we're going to have the family of A.J. Weber, who was killed at 16 years old by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Then the family of Takar Smith, the family of Oscar Leon Sanchez, who were killed in January by Los Angeles police officers. And then the family of Anthony Lowe, who was killed last week by Huntington Park police. We have specific comments to make on the particular situations for each of these, but in all of these cases, there's no justifiable reason for the use of lethal force, and we demand that District Attorney George Gascon uphold his campaign promise to hold the police accountable and bring criminal prosecution against them. Dr. Alejandro Villalpando.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Alejandro Villalpando, Alejand as in David, R-O. Last name V as in Victor, I-L-L-A-L-P as in Paul, A-N-D as in David, O. I'm here to introduce the family of Cesar Rodriguez. Cesar Rodriguez was killed in 2017 by police officer Martin Ron out of the Long Beach Police Department when he was pushed in front of an oncoming train. We can say without a doubt now that Martin Ron killed Cesar Rodriguez, because we know that people like to play around with words and verbiage and protect and use words like alleged. We don't use alleged in this case because the family of Cesar Rodriguez bravely fought for over 4 years to get their case in trial and in court. The district attorney refused to press criminal charges before, so they went to civil trial. A civil trial that they won unanimously, where the police officer Martin Ron of Long Beach Police Department was found guilty of negligence that resulted in the death of Cesar Rodriguez. This family was awarded the largest settlement in the city of Long Beach's history. So we're here to ask again, why doesn't District Attorney Gascon revisit these cases and leave them up to a jury? When we know that a jury of our peers, of the peers of Martin Ron, saw that what he did violated the civil rights of Cesar Rodriguez and his family. So without further ado, I introduce Evelia Rodriguez and Rosa Moreno here to speak on behalf of Cesar Rodriguez. Evelia is Cesar's sister and Rosa is Cesar's mother.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Evelia Granados. I am the sister of Cesar Rodriguez. Just how Doctor just said right now, we were awarded $12.2 million, but no amount of money is ever going to bring my brother back. And back in 2020, when Gascon was elected, I told them, because we had a meeting with him, with BLM, and we told them, we're going after his ass if he's not going to start prosecuting these killer cops. And this is why we are here, because we want him to hold all these officers accountable for murder, because this is not no negligence. This is no accident. This is none of that BS that they say. You know, our loved ones were no suspects, just the way they like to portray all of our loved ones like suspects. There were no suspects. In our case, unanimously, all these 12 jurors said Martin Ron was 100% responsible for Cesar's death. So what is Gascon waiting for? You know, and he thinks that we're gonna just leave like that. No, because we lost our loved one. Our loved one is no longer here. So we're gonna keep fighting, and we're gonna keep asking Gascon. He needs to hold these officers accountable. And if not, his ass needs to get out of LA. That's just plain and simple. And so we're gonna keep fighting, and we're gonna keep, you know, coming to his office, showing to his office, to his house. He lives in Long Beach. So I don't care if I have to go to Long Beach and fight and wake his ass up every morning. That's right. And we're gonna keep fighting. Thank you very much.
And again, right, like you see the pain and the rage that continues to persist regardless of what happens, because this is not justice right now. Money isn't justice, right? This is one avenue that people unfortunately have to follow, but this is not justice. Next, we have the family, the sister, Shakina, of Anthony A.J. Weber, a 16-year-old who was killed in Westmont, California in 2018. We will have an action tomorrow in commemoration in Westmont, where we descend upon the South LA Sheriff Station, where the police officers continue to terrorize our community. So I'll introduce my colleague here, Kiana Selena, to further contextualize.
How you doing? My name is Kiana Selena. I'm with the Coalition for Community Control Over the Police, name spelled KEYANNA CELINA. I'm also here to uphold the demand of murder charges from District Attorney George Gascon, who, as we heard earlier, did campaign on the promise that he would be the elected official to hold law enforcement in Los Angeles County accountable. On February 4th, 2018, Anthony Weber was in his own neighborhood, and he was gunned down by sheriffs. By 4 years old, Anthony had already lived out a quarter of his life because of the brutality and the carnage of our sheriff's department. The sheriffs changed their stories. They never did find the alleged gun that they said. They responded to a call about a black man with a gun. They showed up. They chased a 16-year-old kid inside of an apartment building who rightfully ran for his life, who was unarmed, and they gunned him down. And while the ambulance was nearby, they let him bleed. That's not called for. A.J. Weber is our Trayvon Martin. A.J. Weber was a child, and he was murdered in cold blood by the Sheriff's Department. And District Attorney George Gascon has yet to prosecute the murderer in uniform. So please, without further ado, welcome my sister, Shakina Weber.
It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. And no justice, no accountability. My name is Shakina Weber. I am the older sister of A.J. Weber. Say his name.
A.J. Weber.
Say his name.
A.J. Weber.
We want accountability. We want to persecute these killer cops. We need justice for all the families. We need justice. Say his name.
A.J. Weber.
Say his name.
A.J. Weber.
How long, Gascon?
How long, Gascon?
How long?
How long, Gascon?
Without further ado, thank you.
To begin the year of 2023, we had 3 killings by Los Angeles Police Department under circumstances where the people who were approached and then eventually executed were undergoing mental health crisis or were under duress. The first person on January 2nd that was killed by Los Angeles Police Department was Takar Smith, a young father, a man who was beloved by his family and his community. And so we have the family of Takar Smith here. who is going to come up and share a few words. We have his mother. And another family member who helped raise him.
Hi, my name is Daphne, and Takar Smith was my cousin, which was like a little brother to me. It's real different when this hit in your backyard, and all these families out here need justice, and we're looking for justice for Takar and the rest of these families. And it's just really a shame how they get away with everything they do. Like it's a hidden mafia, some type of situation like that. These people are killing today, tomorrow, and forever. They've been killing. Go way back into the time, but they're not being held accountable for it. And we're looking for, from the top to the bottom, to be held accountable for it. If you said you were going to do something, Gascon, you need to do it. Like, it needs to be effective immediately. I don't understand how they can get away with it. Money can't fix this. None of them can fix it. You're still going home, going to sleep at night. We're having restless nights. Families is broken. A lot of different challenges that we're having in our family prior to this happening to our family. And I just want to say Takar, and I say Smith. Takar Smith. Takar Smith. I thank you.
My name is Najee Ali, N-A-J-E-E, Ali, A-L-I, community activist, director of Price Islamic Hope. I'm just here to show my support for all these families. I just returned from Memphis, Tennessee at the funeral of Tyree Nichols, who was beat to death by police in Memphis. And the one thing that they got right there was that the police were fired immediately, but they were also prosecuted immediately. And that's what we want George Gascon to do, is prosecute these killer cops. If they can do it in Memphis, Tennessee, we can do it in LA. So I'm just here to show my support for all these families whose loved ones have been murdered unjustly by law enforcement.
In the case of Takar Smith, I think this is important for everyone to know. There'll be a press conference. His funeral is on Saturday. So to understand what we're dealing with, people haven't said goodbye to their loved ones yet in the proper way. That's how fast these killings happen. So there's a press conference at 3:30 p.m. after the funeral of Takar Smith tomorrow in East LA. So the next family, unfortunately, after Takar Smith, and I hope that folks who are present can understand this timeline that I'm having to share with you all. It's not an easy thing for us, right? I don't want to have to walk up to this family and we're going to put you in order because you have something unforgivable related to related with each other. This is a terrible thing that we're doing right now, right? So shortly after Takar Smith was killed by police under a mental health crisis, a man in South Central LA was also going under mental health duress. His name is Oscar Leon Sanchez, a Mexican immigrant, working class person from a working class family who was gunned down and left to die when he was gunned down. Los Angeles Police Department did not allow the Los Angeles Fire Department to go and render aid because they said the place was too dangerous. They shot this man and handcuffed him and then planked him down a flight of stairs afterwards. So today we have his sister-in-law and one of Oscar Leon Sanchez's nephews because, like I said, because people are working class, the family member that is most immediate, his brothers, his siblings, are at work. So without further ado, we have Ms. Nancy and her son, who are the families. They do not feel comfortable speaking. So I just want to say that what we are here to demand is also for Oscar Leon Sanchez, or that the police get prosecuted, that this young child behind me is now afraid and he feels bad because he lost his loved one, his uncle that he knew. Regardless of the situation that people lived in, people are loved.
Yes.
People are loved, okay? People are not forgotten. So this young man just shared with me that now he has a healthy fear of the police. And that healthy fear is not something that's unfamiliar to a lot of us in our community. So what I just want to ask people to say right now for Oscar Leon Sanchez, when I say Oscar Leon Sanchez, if you could repeat presente for me. So presente, which means present, means he's here too. So Oscar Leon Sanchez.
Presente.
Oscar Leon Sanchez.
Presente.
Oscar Leon Sanchez.
Presente.
Thank you very much.
And then the other family that is here with us is the family of Anthony Lowe. Now, I want to make a few comments before the family will speak on Anthony's behalf, because District Attorney Gascon's office has stated that they're waiting until the Sheriff's Department completes an investigation into the killing of Anthony by Huntington Park Police. And we have a few problems with this. First is that the Sheriff's Department is in no position to be investigating any other police agency in Los Angeles County. The Sheriff's Department house is a mess in itself.
Right.
Sheriff Baca and his undersheriff, the gangster Paul Tanaka, went to federal prison.
That's right.
They were replaced by a sheriff who was the chief of the Long Beach Police for about a week and a half, and he was removed from office and replaced with Sheriff Villanueva. And we got him out of here as fast as we could and replaced him with the next chief of the Long Beach Police. The Sheriff's Department has not changed under any of these chiefs. There is no reason to have any confidence that an investigation by the Sheriff's Department into the murder of Anthony by the Huntington Park Police will have any integrity at all. You've heard from the family of Cesar Rodriguez. When Cesar Rodriguez was killed by Long Beach Police, the chief of the Long Beach Police Department is our new sheriff. What did this sheriff have to say when he was the chief of the Long Beach Police to Cesar Rodriguez's family? He protected Officer Martin Ron, who was just found guilty unanimously by a jury, who just awarded the largest jury judgment in the history against Long Beach Police of over $12 million. So what does this sheriff have to say about that? He still has not taken responsibility for the role he played in Cesar's death and the cover-up. So District Attorney Gascon should not be hiding behind the Sheriff's Department investigation. He should not be deferring to it. And as Najee Ali said, if the police in Memphis could already be charged with murder for beating and killing somebody on January 8th of this year, there is no reason why Gascon cannot criminally prosecute any of these police and sheriff's deputies in all of these cases.
Persecute killer cops.
Prosecute killer cops.
Hello, Gascon.
Hello.
Now, I want to say specifically, the spokesperson for the Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Reynaga, has already announced publicly that the investigation conclusion is foregone. He's already reached his determination. He said in the newspapers that the officers had to shoot Anthony. His words, had to shoot Anthony. He said that they're going to return to field work in a few days after paid administrative leave. And he said that there's no discussion of charges against these officers. If Lieutenant Reynaga already knows the conclusion of this investigation, why is there an investigation by the Sheriff's Department? Gascon has nowhere to hide. Attorney General Bonta has nowhere to hide, and the Federal Department of Justice has nowhere to hide. If any one of us had shot Anthony or any of these other victims, we would have already been arrested and charged and in jail by now.
Right?
There's no reason for District Attorney Gascon to be trying to wait these families out, to stall them out. So I'm going to bring up, we have several representatives here from Anthony's family. I'm going to have them come up and introduce themselves.
I'm Latoya. I'm the sister. Yeah. I'm the sister of Anthony Lowe, who was just gunned down by the police.
Hi.
My concern at this point is no mother should have to wake up and see her child gunned down by the police. Even the children, as you can see, my brother's son is right here, and he also had to see his father gunned down by the police. So what are you telling these youth? I'm sure now he's very afraid of ever becoming in contact with the police because they killed his father. We're asking for justice and we're asking for change. What we're asking for is Gascon to take all of these police departments, especially I say Huntington Park, because Huntington Park is saying that they do not wear body cams. To my understanding, I believe it was put into law that all of the police was supposed to wear them. But they are saying they don't want to wear them and they do not wear them. So this cannot happen to somebody else who don't get answers. They didn't give us answers. We asked, what happened? We got nothing. But the public came to us and the public had all of the answers. And then now that we're out here, they're saying, oh, he stabbed someone. So I come to the conclusion of, let me ask you this. What are your policies and procedures when you're dealing with a mental health patient?
Right.
What are the policies and procedures for that? Because guess what? Anthony Lowe was a mental health patient. He's been dealing with mental health for months since he lost his legs. So I'm not saying what he did, what we seen on the video, which I don't know if the video, I don't know. All I know is a little clip that they released. Where's the full video to show what happened to my brother? Because I really still only seeing the clip, partial part of it.
Right.
So what I want to say is my condolences to the victim that they showed now that we were asking about when they came to my mama's door almost the very next day, about 6 in the morning, almost the next day when her baby was laid out there dying the day before at 3:40 p.m. in the afternoon. He was out there all night. So where's the justice for all of the families? It's mothers who sitting at home right now. That's why I'm here. For all the mothers who didn't get justice. For the mothers who saying keep going because it's the police, there's no win. We're asking, come down on these police departments. Put the body cams on them. Give them change the policies and procedures to deal with mental health people. My brother was dealing with something for months. He has no legs. So we just asking. That's one thing that they need to get into. Because he wasn't the only person gunned down who was dealing with mental health issues. So y'all gonna run down on every man on the street and just shoot him because he walking down the street? These people they dealing with something and they need help. They could have actually just arrested him and got him help. That's what they could have did. So we just asking them to change these policies and procedures. What we asking for them to do is, these youth, they scared of the police. My child right here, he's 6 years old and he saw that video. And my baby shouldn't have to see stuff like that on TV.
Right.
So they need to hold every police department in California in the world. And they need to go in there and change these policies and procedures, especially dealing with mental health. They said that the call was, the man was in a wheelchair. Immediately that should tell you, that's a mental health patient. So when you guys arrived to kill him. Y'all never arrived to try to de-escalate that process.
Right.
So yes, we're seeing the videos, but y'all not seeing all the videos. We never got a video. I want to see the whole video of what happened to my brother, because what I see is they murdered him. And they murdered all of these people out here too. And they children. And that's not right. So go in there and hold all of these units accountable, LAPD, everybody. Hold them accountable for their policies and procedures. Matter of fact, check their policies and procedures, Gascon. Huntington Park is making their own rules. And they showed y'all that's exactly what they doing. So I'm not just standing up here for Anthony Lowe. Yeah, I'm representing for my brother. Yes, I am. But I'm representing for the mama who at home crying right now saying, y'all wasting y'all time, y'all ain't gonna get no justice. But let me tell you something, y'all gonna change something today.
That's right.
Because I ain't gonna lose mine to no police. I'm not gonna do it. So find something for mental health patients. Oh, if you check on the record before they try to say, oh, we didn't know that. Oh, yes, he is. He's an amputee and he got mental health issues. And let me tell you something about the police. My mother called them out and said, I'm worried about my son. I need to get my son some help. You know what they said, ma'am? He lost his legs with a grin and a giggle. I wouldn't want to be here if I lost my legs. Give him some space. The police told her that. And she gave him some space and let him go clear his mind and went down the street. And guess what? Now he's dead. Because we was worried about the police killing him. That's why I didn't want him to take walks. Because I was worried they would pull up and no telling what would happen. So they need the answer to that. They need to change these policies and procedures. That's what we want. We want change so this can stop happening for these kids and these families to see this.
Yes.
So y'all need to make them answer to that. Thank you.
That's right, Snoop.
Yeah, do you want to go? You want to go, y'all?
Hello, I'm Anthony's cousin. I go by the name of Kenyatta Gorham. I just want to elaborate, like, all of this stuff is like painful and all of this, and I do want to say my condolence to all of the families, even the guy who got stabbed. I do to him and his family, and all of these families out here that lost their family members due to these brutally attacks from these cowards. And I call them cowards because they don't deserve the name or the title officers, because that's not what they're representing. They're not representing just to protect. They're representing to serve, which they think they're trying to do, but they're doing more serving and hurting and killing more than anything. And it's wrong for everyone to sit back here and stand on this and let them get away with this. Looking at these pictures right here, I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of seeing his mother cry. I've been with the sleep since 5 o'clock this morning, coming from way down here from where I live, to fight for his rights and these other family rights. Because when one stand, we all stand.
Yes.
And then on top of that, looking at the video, this is just pictures of it. He's turning around. There's no knife at this time, as you can see. And do your footwork. Go back and really clearly rewind these videos and look good. They're pointing. They have tasers. They have guns out. He don't have nothing right now, right? Then here, you see the same thing. Here, you see him playing with the knife. Out of fear.
His back is turned.
Out of fear. And look at his back. It's turned. Investigate those videos good. Because no matter what, he deserves a chance. He has a life. He's running on that video with the knife. Do he seem like a danger? Do he seem like a threat to them? Does he? Look at the officer. Usually officers get clarity. They want clearance. They want to get cleared for their protection, right? Do you see the officers clearing anything? To me, as a family member, and I don't know about you guys, they treated my cousin like he was the animal. When he was the protector and somebody, he deserved to be here. Whether he had mental health issues or disability. He deserved it that. He deserved it that chance, and whatever they say he did, we don't know, because it still has to be an investigation done on that. It still has to be proof shown on that. But until then, he's a victim right now. He's a victim to us, and he's a family member to us, and he's a victim to others who care, who still care. He's still a human, right?
Yes.
But looking at these videos, look at him. Look at the videos. He's
Shut him in
running.
the back.
He's on the video. He's going like this, back and forth, back and forth. What does that show? Does that show fear? Yes, it does. Because the person that's trying to harm you is coming at you.
Yeah.
They're coming at you. And you don't show him coming at the cops like that. You show him running back and forth, grabbing his wheelchair, trying to get clearance. So you tell me where's the clarity from Huntington Park? Them cowards couldn't even come out and say my condolences to each family. To the family that it hurted to, and the family that the incident happened to, and the family like us that it hurted to. We're confused too, but we all deserve answers, right? But we didn't get that. Them cowards couldn't even, I call them cowards, not officers, because they don't deserve it. They came out with a piece of paper and said, hand this to the family for us to read. Like his life meant nothing. Like his children meant nothing. We gotta stand for something, and what I noticed that keeps going around and around in a cycle, in a circle, in this world, all over the world, these officers are getting away with it. You know why?
Yes.
Because the people that are over them are letting them know that they can. Because guess what? You get off with pay, right? You get off with pay.
You get a few days at home. Like, this is hurtful. This today my first day hearing that they gonna let them back that fast and his life is gone? And we gotta suffer? What if it was their family member? It'd be totally different, right? Everybody would be out here supporting more and pressing, right? But it's not that. My message right now today is that they didn't even have the audacity or respect, not even to the family, no, regardless of what they thought of Anthony Lowe, my cousin. Regardless, because he did have a heart and he was a person and he was a protector and the matters of difference what he meant to y'all. He was my sunshine. He was my everything. He was my rider. He did a lot for the family. He protected us in a good way. In a good way, and that's what you people don't see, and I want y'all to see this. But this, look at the videos. Don't be biased or nothing. Look at the videos. Does this show a scared man or does it show a man that's trying to stab officers? They're getting away with it because they keep being allowed to be. They keep getting away with it because we're allowing them to do it. And guess what? The higher people that's up that really can press the issue, not doing nothing because guess what? They're getting time at home with pay. Some of them without pay when they feel when they feel the people is really on it. And they opening eyes to the world. But guess what? They never get jail time. We want jail time. That's right. For each individual, each family member out here fighting. We want it. And we're going to get it. And we're doing this so peacefully. As you can see, everybody is peaceful right now. Yeah. But they give us a different perspective when we get violent. We're not violent right now. We're being very peaceful. But guess what? You guys and this officer and these people that's over them, the DA and all of that, you guys need to change something fast because it's not gonna keep going the way y'all think it is. I'm telling y'all. And not with this body and not with none of these faces that are posted. It's gonna stop today, one way or other. So guess what? Justice for all. No justice, no peace. And every cop that did this, each one of them needs to serve time in jail immediately, without pay. Without pay. And I don't care what they did, because just as they're officers, it don't make them feel like they're better than us. They have to abide by laws just like we do. And they're not abiding by them at all. And it shows.
Not wearing the body cam.
Yes, and it doesn't matter whether they were mental or not. The fact that they're mental, it makes it worse. It makes it worse. But that doesn't matter. Just regularly, y'all just killing babies and everything. Teenagers, just stand on something. Y'all need to do something now.
Shooting them in the back.
Now. And as you see, his back was turned. They shot him up in the back. They tasered him while shooting him. I want to point that out. When you look at these videos, do your homework. Don't just talk about it and go by the comments. Do your homework. Really look at the videos. And then he used his wheelchair as a shield. Then when they got him down, guess what they did? That really hurt the family. Really hurt me and others. They handcuffed him knowing he was already dead after shooting him multiple times. You think that's okay? And guess what? When you look at these videos, notice that his mouth was bleeding. So what happened to him? Did the officers do it? Or I don't know. Did the other parties do it? We don't know. So we don't know what happened in either situation. But why is his mouth bleeding? Mouth bleed shows he had an altercation with someone, right? Yeah. Something happened other than what they're showing in these clips, and it took them a long time to do it, right? Yeah. It took them a whole week. They didn't even want to release his body. We can't even tell y'all how many times he got shot, really, or where he got shot. We just got to tell y'all what he said because it just got released today. Sad but true. But fix it. Because I'm telling you, you guys don't want a problem. These families like me, we're tired of sitting down. We're standing up now.
Stop breaking the law.
Yes, we're standing up. You guys make the law, but y'all break the law. And break them worse. And they think the police are not gangs. They are full force. But guess what? They're the biggest gang we got.
Yes, they are.
The biggest gang. And they're pushing it hard. And guess what? The difference between them and the community is that they're getting away with it every single time. But not this time, because I don't know about you guys' family and you guys' family, but we as one to me. And we're going to fight hard together. Because this is going to stop. And I put that on my cousin grave. He going to smile down. If not today, soon. He's going to smile and be happy for what we're doing. Thank you guys for being our support system because we need it at this time. We need all the support we can get because nobody else is supporting us. And that coward, Huntington Park, never even came out to say one word. We were so worse as a piece of paper to read it ourselves. You think that's gratitude? You think that's respect? You think that's protect? Do you think that's serve? No. They treated us like trash, and that's what we're not. We're somebody, and I stand on that. Justice for Anthony Lowe and justice for all of these families, and we will get families. We will get justice. You guys don't let up. If y'all gotta push every day, no matter if you gotta go to work or not, you get out here and you fight for your loved ones.
Yeah.
Because if not, they sweeping this shit under the rug.
Crooked cops need to go to jail.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And that's what we fight for. We're not fighting for them to lose face. We're not fighting for them to lose pay. We're fighting for these officers to go to jail and to be removed from the system before there be more killings by these officers, which is not fair. They hire these officers for a reason, to do their duty. But they're not doing their duty. They done came into gangs doing their duty. So I want to stand on that, and that's my last time talking about this for today, though. But we will get justice to all of you guys, including Anthony Lowe, because you gonna get it, baby, one way or another. You got some fighters on your team.
Cops kill. Crooked cops kill. They need to be held.
My name is Sean. I'm Anthony Lowe's auntie. I seen the video. I don't need nobody to tell me about the video. Right here, I need to take it with me.
You can say it right here. No, you can say it right here.
Right here, soon as these two officers pulled up, when they jumped out of the car, I need to show what I need to show. When they jumped out of the car, they jumped out with their tasers. This one here, it's on my phone. I don't need nobody to tell me. He immediately jumped out with his taser, tasing my nephew. Then this one here did the same thing, this tall one right here.
Follow protocol.
While he's running. He's not running. He's running because they tasing him. Not one time my nephew went at him with the knife. He's running, doing this, trying to stop the tasing. That's what he was doing. This cop here, he was the first one, came out of his pocket.
Scared.
With his gun.
Scared.
Because he seen the tasing didn't work. It's here on my phone. I got proof on my phone. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. So my nephew is running. After they tased him, he's still doing this. It's a distance between the cops and my nephew. Now that one, the little short one over there, he's starting to shoot at my nephew. My nephew's still doing this. He's still doing this. This one here, this one. That's when he came out with his gun. And he started doing the same thing that this one was doing. Next thing we know, my nephew down like this. He's down. The little short one, he put his foot in his back.
Scared cops.
Like this.
Trigger finger.
Like this. This is what he did. He was already gone. He wasn't even here no damn more. Then this one. This one.
Scared ass
he
cop.
came, blipping him. It's on.
Freaking cop.
It's on my phone. It's on my phone right here. How you gonna flip a dead man? How you gonna put his hands behind his back when he ain't here no longer? They can't tell me nothing.
Scared crooked cop.
And I mean nothing. Then
the society.
car pulls up with another cop in there. He comes and he looks while they kept on flipping him around. I got proof on my phone, you guys. Then the cop went to his car, running like this. He goes back to my nephew, bends down, look, and whatever that was, it was a sheet.
Yeah.
I have the proof. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. If I can get it, everybody else can get the proof. Right. These videos that's out here, what you need to do, you need to really look at it. How you gonna handcuff a dead man? I don't understand that. How you gonna put your foot in my nephew's back when he already dead?
They're trying to blame it on him. They're trying to blame it on him.
Why is his mouth bloody?
And they do blame it on him.
Why is his mouth bloody? What happened?
Cops are liars.
The video, it's on my phone.
Persecute killer cop.
Video, it's on my phone. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. I can see them kneeling down. If I can see it, y'all can see it. You put your foot in a dead man's back and you bumbling him like this, it's on my phone. I got all the proof in the world. I don't need a cop to bring me nothing. We need justice. We need it. No, I got proof.
Right there.
We need justice.
That's right.
They are not supposed to get away with this. It's
No
wrong.
justice, no peace.
It's wrong.
the police.
Justice, no peace.
Defund the police.
This is the proof.
Defund the
My
police.
guidance.
Defund the police.
This is the proof.
No peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
We're joined by the representative of the district attorney's office who has come out to speak to these families, Miss Tiffany, and we're very appreciative to her coming out to address these families personally. But respectfully, we do want to be clear. These families do not need the thoughts and prayers of elected officials. They need action and accountability.
Yes.
We're here to demand criminal prosecution of these murderers that are wearing law enforcement uniforms. So with that said, again, respectfully, we would like to invite the representative of the district attorney's office to speak on behalf of George Gascon to these families. I'm sorry, I didn't remember your last name.
Sure. I'm Tiffany Blacknell, Blacknell. I'm the chief spokesperson for the DA's office and the director of communication. I'm really here to express my solidarity with the family. I think people who lose loved ones to police violence need support from the elected officials. They need to know that their concerns will be heard, that we're not ignoring them. They brought this to our house for a reason. They wanted to get the DA's attention, and they have it. I also want to say, we're not asking you not to protest. We fully expect you to protest until, as long as you would like to. We believe in protest. Dissent is patriotic. It is your right to be here and your right to be heard. All I heard today was a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And as a black woman with a 15-year-old son who's gonna start driving next year, I completely empathize. I will never know what it's like, hopefully, but who knows, to lose a loved one to police violence. But I fear it every single day because my son is out in the world, not with me. So I am here only to support. I am not here to defend. I am not here to make excuses. I'm here to hear people out and answer whatever questions they have for me. And I'm familiar with each of these cases. I know the status of each of these cases, and I'm here to answer questions. That's it. Not to defend, not to make excuses. The whole city of LA, county of LA, is reeling from a bloody January. And everyone is at attention. DA Gascon sends his condolences, as well as I do.
We tired of him sending his condolences. He needs to show up. He needs to show up. He says he's with the blacks. He needs to be right here.
Same thing, and he said, I'm gonna prosecute killer cops. He hasn't done that till this day. He hasn't done any of that. So we're waiting for him to start acting. We don't want words.
That's right.
We don't want no fucking words. We want him to start acting now. Because if not, we're taking him out just the way over there in San Francisco they took him out. That's what we're gonna do here in LA. And if we have to go to his house, make sure I believe we're gonna be in his house.
That's right.
Just the way we don't have peace every day of our life because we don't have our loved ones with us.
And we don't
His
need
ass
him
is not
standing.
gonna have peace. Let me tell you that.
Like you said, you have a 15-year-old son. My brother was murdered at the age of 16. What you gonna tell him when he start driving? The procedures when you get pulled over by the cops?
No, she gonna say his name.
I don't want to argue or go back and forth or defend any law
No,
enforcement
it's just
action.
a question.
I'm just
Are
here
you gonna ask? Are you gonna tell your son the procedures of what happens if you do not cooperate or cooperate with the police?
You don't know what could be happening because the police aren't killing people.
Of course.
It could happen to yours just
Of
because
course.
you're not there at the time doesn't mean you're there with him every time.
I'm not. You're
And I
right.
wouldn't want God forbid, no sister, I wouldn't want that to happen to no man. It's not right.
Even if you follow procedures, they still gonna take it into their own hands because everybody is not protecting themselves.
Thank you.
I'm here on the side. If any individual family has a question about their case and where we are, I'm here off camera to talk to you all and answer your questions.
Yes, ma'am.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want now? What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
I want to make the point that our organization, we're going on 10 years of asking for justice from our elected district attorney. We began protesting and demanding justice from the district attorney in 2013 when sheriffs murdered unarmed Carlos Oliva. We had our first protest outside the office of Jackie Lacey 10 days after the murder of Ezell Ford, who was murdered 2 days after Mike Brown in South Central. He also had mental illness. He was unarmed. The LA Police Commission found that the officers who murdered Ezell Ford were out of policy, but they had no power to have any disciplinary authority. So Jackie Lacey's job was to prosecute the murderers of Ezell Ford. And Jackie Lacey didn't do it. But there's no statute of limitations on murder. No one asked DA Gascon to run for DA in Los Angeles County. No one asked for him. He threw his hat in the ring. He stepped out and said that he would be the elected official to bring it. I want to be clear. We're not going to play these games. Not with District Attorney George Gascon, pretending that he has to wait for police or sheriffs to investigate themselves, or with Huntington Park Police only releasing video of what happened before they arrived at the scene. When we are here with the family to ask what happened when they got there, when they have video in their possession of what happened. We're not going to play who is the true victim. There are two victims. And I want to reiterate that the family of Anthony Lowe has expressed their empathy for the victim. But they are not going to lay down and decide that the police get to be judge, jury, and executioner. You do not get to be judge, jury, and executioner. They did not even have all of the information when they arrived. They don't even know what led to the incident. So we want full transparency. And the way to get that full transparency is District Attorney George Gascon. He can open up an independent investigation into it. He doesn't have to wait for anything else. So I'm speaking as my sister, the sister of Cesar Rodriguez said, we have been out here. We're not going to keep playing these games. We don't want his empty empathy. We don't want his words, and we don't want his thoughts and his prayers. We want the action that he campaigned on. How long, Gascon?